quick disclaimer before we start. Illini Guy's recent commentary on Rion is probably the most angry I've ever gotten at a commentary. Like, to describe how upset I got at this video, take the anger I had towards Cha's commentary on Eli last year and multiply that by 6. To begin this, I'm going to be replacing Illini Guy's footage of Ryan's commentary with Ryan's actual commentary because Illini Guy replaced Ryan's avatar with some Power Ranger shit for no good reason. I mean, Ryan replaced Illini Guy's avatar in his commentary, but there was an actual joke behind it. Illini Guy replaced Ryan's avatar for no reason, and I just have to ask why.
Wow, this seems oddly familiar. It's almost like it's the exact template that Bop uses for its most recent intros. It's almost like they completely copied off Bop. It's almost like—
Blame Mike, I swear to God, it was all Mike. He made the fucking intro, just blame Mike. I didn't have anything to do with it.
Does it really matter who made the intro? You still kept it in, so you're still to blame. So no you.
Now, here's a funny question.
Kanye West.
This won't be that much of a comedic commentary given the subject matter at hand. So yeah, this will be mostly serious.
First of all, do you really have to make it clear that a video about school shootings is gonna be serious?
I don't know, did Richard and Zampano have to do the same thing when they were making a video about victim blaming?
By the way, this is just a quick of a disclaimer. This commentary is gonna be serious, and we're gonna try our best to put in some jokes, but most of the time, this commentary is actually going to be a serious commentary.
Exactly.
Liking a video and subscribing to every idea the video makes are not the same thing. Case in point, Wave. Yes, my Wave brought a point against Ryan's commentary, it still gave the video a like. So yeah, when you find proof that Ryan agreed with Savano's point there, give me a call.
Either way, that really doesn't destroy the fact that being serious does not mean a sacrifice in comedy. As long as the jokes doesn't ruin the mood of the point and or is placed in an area where your point isn't really that serious, then you don't need to make the video less
Give me Kanye.
I only said mostly serious.
Which is something Ryan acknowledged in the very next cutaway.
What up? Jason Murray here.
Done. Over. Click off.
Ha! You wish.
Happening in America.
With how you said that line, it sounds like you're trying to talk about how annoying your neighbor's dogs are or something.
Are you serious? You followed up a statement of you say that this commentary is going to be more serious and less jokey with not one, but 2 jokes. One being a pointless cameo and the other one being a generic one-liner. Sure, you said mostly serious, but it's rather poor placement.
Okay, the first statement, that was a joke. The second one, that wasn't a joke. In fact, it was there to point out just his tone of voice in the video.
How you deliver your line can affect how seriously it'll be taken. Having recently made this mistake, I should know this plenty. Doesn't help that, in combination with his delivery, the comparison itself could be seen as hyperbole. It may not have been intended as a joke, but Ryan's not at fault for taking it as one.
Also, you said there shouldn't be a sacrifice in comedy, yet you're whining, oh, they're making jokes. I mean, make up your mind, man.
We literally just came off Ryan saying that the jokes were ill-timed. It's not you making jokes, it's you paying attention.
Like, they really don't need to happen. All that's doing is, you know, making people feel bad and all that stuff, you know?
Wow. Just wow. Talk about a generic statement. And trust me, guys, it gets worse from here.
Okay, what part of that statement was quote-unquote generic? Why was it generic? Define generic. Why'd you stop the video just to point out that it's generic? Explain your points, man. It makes you come off less lazy.
Maybe it's not really specific and can be applied to anything.
Wow, that sounds like an actually decent point that you could have made in the original commentary. Now, quick question. Why didn't you make it in the original commentary? You know, when Ryan told you guys about poorly worded arguments, he at least explained why they were. Ironically, that's exactly what Illini Guy skipped.
Okay, you do get a point because there is no school involved, though the fact he's a university student could help a bit, but that's a different story since, again, this goes back to your poor wording. You asked how it supported his argument in any way. Well, here's your answer. Was there a gun? Was there people killed with said gun? Yeah, sure, 2 out of 3 of the requirements, but it supports him in some way.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, he's not. But seriously, the bloody bank robbery comparison you make is dumb because people are still killed by guns. Doesn't disprove Ryan's or Jason's point.
And then we had the Sandy Hook shooting back in 2012 also. I would say that's probably one of the most deadliest shootings that's ever happened. So, and then this year we had the Elliot Rodgers shooting back in May of 2014.
Also, you gotta love the fact that he only named shootings that got national attention.
He was giving examples. EXAMPLES. Look it up! It's almost common knowledge that when presenting a point, you bring up the most popular example so people instantly follow along with your point, and you can explain said point quick and simple. If he listed all the school shootings that didn't get much attention, we'd be here all day.
That wasn't even the point we were trying to get at. The point was we had a problem that he was only naming ones that got national attention. I mean, did we expect him to name every school shooting? No. Did we want more than just popular ones? Yeah. Not to mention it probably could have strengthened his argument.
I don't see how using only popular examples is a bad thing, given that they're still good examples. And hey, at least he's giving examples, which none of you 3 did in the original commentary.
I have Asperger's syndrome, but do I think about murdering people? No.
I told this to Dinosaur Jr. Freak 01, and I'm gonna tell you too.
Stop being tapioca pudding.
Also, way to generalize other people with Asperger's, you jerk.
Wait, how is he generalizing people with Asperger's when his main point was that not all people with Asperger's want to kill people, using himself as an example? I cannot compute with your logic.
Okay, see, Rhino, this is why you watch the original video. His point wasn't that not all people with Asperger's want to kill people. I mean, he even said in the video, some people say school shootings are because of Asperger's. And quite frankly, that statement sounded like, hey, I don't do it, but hey, other people with Asperger's do it. See, this is exactly why you watch the original video.
2 things. 1, if he claims to have Asperger's and doesn't want to cause school shootings, that would imply that he's going against the argument that some people claim that school shootings are linked to Asperger's. And 2, why should we go back to the original video? If you leave out what could be a key detail in going against your argument, that should be on your head, not the head of the person who's commentating on you.
Oh, and also, yeah, ignore my point where I said it's you, not everyone is like you, because no you.
Yo, you're not allowed to say that. That's my job, bitch.
I played a few violent video games.
Whoa! Hold it right there, Glenn Beck! Video games do not cause violence, nor is there a study that proves so.
Okay, Jacob, you've proven you're awful with words and understanding, so let me walk you through this. Nowhere in his sentence did he say games caused violence. In fact, his point was saying the exact opposite.
You know what? I probably should have left the whole thing in the video.
In that case, why did you tell us to look up the original video when he was bringing up his Asperger's? Shouldn't matter if it's from an outsider's perspective. Saying suck it up in this regard still makes you look like an arrogant cunt.
I can't understand you because your audio editing is crap.
I can hear him perfectly.
Your audio editing still blows, please fix it.
The most offensive video I have ever seen in my entire life.
Jesus, all he did was just repeat that school shooting is bad. How is that offensive?
This is coming from the same guy that got extremely pissed when Flippy did that video about victim blaming. And also, let's apply your logic. Flippy was just making a generic commentary on someone who did a video on victim blaming. And you got incredibly mad. You see, it's not that he just made a video about school shootings, it's how he carried out.
Well, how did he carry it out that made it so offensive? I mean, sure, Jason wasn't the most professional person to talk about the topic, but it's not like he was saying the school shootings were good or anything. And it's not like Flippy, where he was telling his audience that the people who committed illegal activities against their victims were okay because the victims edged them on when they really weren't. Also, that commentary of Ryan's is a few months old now. Maybe Ryan learned a thing or two since then. Ever thought about that?
And quite frankly, I think Jake explained it best.
Saying that people are, quote, feeling bad when school shootings happen is just sickening.
How?
Maybe you would get your answer if you stopped cutting him off.
Well, are you gonna give us the rest of that answer?
I'm not gonna show the rest of this because...
No way, that would be way too much fucking work for you. You see that Jake explains a point perfectly, yet you don't show the rest of Jake's explanation. Whether or not Ryan is right or wrong about it is unrelated. You say it's perfect, yet you don't show the rest of it. Good job.
This was bad. Was it the worst thing? No, I can think of a lot of commentaries that have been a lot worse than this one. But, I mean, aside from that, I mean, you basically ignore a lot of our points.
How so? By skipping or by not acknowledging a point when he covered it in the video? If the latter, examples, please. If the former, you skipped several times during this video. Fucking hypocrite.
And also, you defend Jason Murray Jr. You defended someone who has called everyone that's given him criticism bullies, whether it be in the comments or commentaries. I mean, everything else, I mean, that wasn't bad, but that's just the worst part.
So apparently, the worst part about Ryan's commentary is not that he may have made some wrong points or anything, but the fact that he defended a guy Illini guy didn't like. Oh, never mind the fact that maybe some of the comments thrown at Jason were complete bullshit. No, the worst part about Ryan's commentary is that he defended Jason Murray Jr. And if you do the same thing, well, that'll be the worst part of your commentary, defending Jason Murray Jr. Hey, I have this brilliant idea. Let's blame Jason for the Sandy Hook shootings. What's that? He didn't have any connection to those shootings? Well, we're not going to defend him because that'll be the worst part about our videos. The fact that we defend Jason Murray Jr. If this is how you acted towards Jason, then no wonder he's treating every one of his detractors like cyberbullies. Because that's what you are. A bunch of bullies. I'm done. Okay, maybe just a quick joke. So a Joe walked into a bar